guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new video. I'm so pumped. We're just a couple of days out from Christmas and we are out on the V4S. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. I really missed riding this bike for sure. We are headed up right now to meet up with As Josh Sees It. We're gonna grab some coffee. I don't know why I just yelled that. We're gonna grab some coffee, and look, here's kind of the purpose of today's video, if I'm being honest. I want to add another bike to the channel. I've been thinking about it. Here's the main reason. We've got the V4S. We've got the Harley Davidson Street Glide Special. We've got the Pan America Special. So I feel like we've got most of the ground covered, but here's one of the things that I've learned that I didn't know until I bought the V4S. This bike is made for the track. It is a track-ready bike that you can ride on the street. Look, Ducatis are great bikes, and I love this bike, and I'm not getting rid of it. However, one of the things that I've learned after having the V4S is that I really do enjoy riding super bikes, street bikes, sport bikes, whatever you want to call them. But this bike, regardless of how fast it is and all the benefits that come along with being a Ducati super bike, it has no creature comforts like cruise control. And there have been a couple instances where there's been some opportunities to go on some longer rides, and I really wanted to take the V4S. However, leaving Orange County, you know, driving up to LA, doing that kind of stuff, and look, you can call me a wuss, whatever you want, but Josh's S1000RR has cruise control, so he can, I mean, my hands after riding the V4S are generally sore, my arms are sore, and the entire time I'm going somewhere, I'm wondering at what point and how long it's going to take for my hands to actually go to sleep, just because they constantly have to be working. So if I want to ride, you know, 45 minutes or an hour on the interstate to get somewhere, and we're not stopping like this at traffic lights or whatever, it starts to take a toll. So you kind of match that with actually wanting to ride street bikes more, but I want something that I can have a little bit more comfort on, that has cruise control, a couple of the more creature comforts. Like right now it's winter. I've got to actually take this bike up to Ducati Newport Beach because it has hand warmers in the grips, but I don't think they're working because I've pushed the button 4 or 5 or 6 times. The indicator never comes on and the grips never get nice and warm. So I want to check that out as well. But in my opinion, again, call me a wuss if you want, but long-range sport bike riding, I just don't put the Ducati V4S in that category. And there are some options out there that do offer those creature comforts. You know, the BMW S1000RR. You've got the main contender right now is one that I looked at when I actually bought the V4S, and that is the 2023 Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R. It has a lot of the creature comforts I'm talking about, and mainly cruise control. That bike is built as a daily driver. In my opinion, the V4S is not a daily driver. It's a great bike, like for where I live, you know, cruising up and down the PCH, going to car shows, doing that kind of stuff, track days if you wanted to get into doing track days and all that stuff, which I'm not. Wow, just pull right out in front of me, dude. It's great for those kind of things, but driving on a daily basis, to me, it's just not the bike for that purpose. So I really want to add a bike to the garage that when I want to ride a sport bike, but I may want to ride into LA, or I want to ride down to San Diego, and we're going to be on the freeway or the interstate, you know, for longer periods of time, something that's a little bit more comfortable and has cruise control and some of the other features that make it a little bit more comfortable. The other reason we're going to look today is we may not just add one bike to the garage, we may add two bikes to the garage. And here's where I might need your guys' help. My wife loves riding with me. She loves being on the back and riding. We go, and the only bike she really rides with me is the Street Glide, because it's the most comfortable. Pan America is not a great bike for passengers, and certainly the V4S. I mean, even in my case, I've got the carbon tail, so there's not even a seat back there. But she kind of expressed a couple of weeks ago that she wouldn't mind start riding herself. And my daughter, she's about to turn 16, just loves motorcycles and wants to get into riding motorcycles. So I'm thinking about adding another motorcycle to the garage. That would be one that would be great for my wife to have as her motorcycle, and for my daughter to learn how to ride, so that when I feel like she, you know, is up to speed, she's taken the courses, you know, she's legal, the whole 9 yards, that she could have a motorcycle to ride as well and get really comfortable on. Now, here's where I need your help. The motorcycle that I'm looking at for them is a 2023 Ninja 400. Mainly because of their height. That stance on that motorcycle is a little lower. My wife's pretty short. I think she's 5'3". My daughter's a little bit taller, and I think she could flat foot that motorcycle. We've looked at things like the Scramblers. We've looked at a few other things. But I think they both feel most comfortable with the idea of the Ninja 400. So if there's any women, girls watching that ride, tell me what bike you learned to ride on and why you thought it was great, or why you didn't think it was a good bike to ride on. And as we go take a look at the Ninja 400, tell me if you think that's a great bike as a starter bike. And we'll kind of go from there and see. But the motorcycle bug has bitten again. I know I just bought the V4S, 3 months ago. But I think it may be time to add something else to the garage. As we go look at these things, take a look, please feel free in the comment section, put other bikes you guys think that I should look at, that have all of those comforts. What are you riding that you really love the most? And again, I'm going to say it again, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I can't believe that. You just want something with cruise control. You've already got a V4S, but it doesn't have... Look, I get it. But I've said it a couple of times. I'm almost 50 years old. I'm not 20 or even 30 or even 40 anymore. I want to be comfortable. I work hard. I love buying my toys. And when I buy those toys, I want to be comfortable. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Josh is already here. He's got the S1000RR. He just had brand new exhaust put on it. We'll take a look at that as well. We're going to grab some coffee, and then we're going to head out and we'll take a look at some motorcycles, see what you guys think, and I'll be back with you in a little bit. All right, guys, we got done with our coffee, and we are going to run over. We're going to take a look at the 2023 Ninja 400, also the 2023 Ninja ZX 10R. Josh just got the exhaust done on the S1000RR. Man, does it sound good. It sounds so good. We all bleed the same song. We all bleed the same song. to Del Amo Motorsports here in Orange County. And I know they've got the Ninja 400 because I was over here the other day taking a look at it. And supposedly they've got a deal sheet worked out for me. We're going to take a look at, you know, the important stuff. What are they selling the bike for? What's the interest rate? Is it better just to pay cash? Kawasaki, here's the thing you got to be really concerned with and know your shit when it comes to these companies, because right now Kawasaki is offering some really cool financing options, 0 down payment, low interest, 72 months. Now, when they ran the credit app the other day, the guy came back and goes, oh, well, Kawasaki wants a down payment and all this and blah, blah, blah. Here's what you need to understand. That is not Kawasaki talking or Kawasaki Financial. That is the dealership talking, because I know exactly what my credit score is. I have a very high, very good credit score, and I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that I more than qualify for Kawasaki's promotion that they're running. Every single dealership does this. Always ask to see the deal sheet from the finance company, from the bank, because what will happen a lot of times, I've caught, oh my God, I don't even know how many times, I've probably owned, no lie, probably 30 vehicles in my time, and probably 10, 11, 12 times, I've caught the dealership coming back and quoting me and telling me, oh, the bank said that, you know, they a little bit of a risk for whatever reason, debt to income. It can be several different reasons they'll give you, regardless of whether or not it's true. They will say, oh, the bank's saying they're going to give you, you know, 9.9% financing or, you know, 6.9% financing, when in reality, the bank has come back and approved you for the promotion, or they've approved you, you know, at 4.9% financing, and the dealership is telling you 6, 7, or 8, 9%. What a lot of people don't understand is the dealership talks you into taking the higher interest. They get a kickback on the difference from the finance company. So listen, always ask to see the deal sheet direct from the lender. On that sheet, it will tell you exactly the terms in which you are approved for, the exact interest rate, the payments, everything. Do not accept anything on the dealer's logo or letterhead. It needs to be directly from the financial institution. This is really, really important. It will save you a lot of money. A lot of little things like this you need to know when you go to, you know, buy a new motorcycle, a car, anything that you want to finance that you're going through a dealer. You need to make sure that you get all of the paperwork and don't just take the dealership's word for it. Make sure that you see the information straight from the finance company. Very, very, very important. All right, guys, it is the next day. Sorry I didn't follow up right after we came out of the dealership, but there are a couple different reasons for that I wanted to share with you guys, because I think this is very, very, very important. One of the reasons was I was quite honestly, I was a little mad. I was a little frustrated when I came out of the dealership. Number two, I had a conference call that I had to jump on. So I was in the middle of being on the bike and telling you guys about what had happened. And then I forgot my conference call came in. I had to pull over on the side of the road and take the conference call. So I thought, okay, I needed to cool down a little bit. And so I did that, like I said, next day. Kind of like I was talking to you guys about in the video before, you guys need to be very careful when you go to finance a car, finance a motorcycle, anything like that.
The main reason is because these dealerships will take advantage of you. Going into this, I know what my credit score is. I pay for monitoring every month. I know I have a very high credit score. So whenever any of these dealerships are making offers, low interest and all of this other stuff down, zero down, I know that I qualify for it. What happened in this instance is that the dealership ran. Also, another thing, make sure that they don't run it through every freaking financial institution on the planet. All that does is lower your credit score. So I told them I only wanted it run through Kawasaki. And they came back with terms that were different than the promotion that Kawasaki was offering. Then I found out what they did was they didn't actually run it through the main Kawasaki. They ran it through a couple other financial partners that, guess what? Yes, the dealership gets a kickback whenever you use those dealer preferred lenders. And they waited to run it through actual Kawasaki until I got there. Now, of course, when they ran it through Kawasaki, everything came back completely different than what they told me. Much, 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 much lower interest rate, no down payment, the whole 9 yards. Here's where I want you guys to pay attention, and this is what I want you to take away from this video. Car dealerships, motorcycle dealerships, they all do this and they screw their customers, okay? Always ask, like I said earlier, always ask to see the deal sheet from the finance company. That is so important. What car dealerships will do is they will run it through all these different banks and they will come back and they'll say, hey, you know what? They qualified you, the interest rate's 11.9%. When that's not the case, the finance company may have approved you for 5%. The dealership gets a kickback if they get you to sign a loan for a higher rate. I know a lot of times when you guys walk into these dealerships, and look, I'm the same way. I wanted the motorcycles. I wanted to get the motorcycles right then. And I was prepared to get them right then. What they focus on is payment. What can you afford? How much do you want your payment to be? And they figure that if they can do all their little magic with all the little numbers in the small print and on the contract, that your main focus is you're thinking about the payment. If I can afford the payment, nothing else matters. That is so wrong, guys. Always focus on the paperwork that's coming directly from the lending, the financing institution, to make sure that it matches up with exactly what the dealership is telling you. And you have a right to see that information. They don't want to show you that information. And you'll always know when you're running into a problem when they give you a hard time about wanting to see the actual paperwork from the finance company, because they get kickbacks when they use certain banks, when they use certain insurance companies. They all get kickbacks from that. You shouldn't have to pay a penalty and pay more because of that. So don't always just focus on if they can tell you that they can get your payment down to exactly what you told them you wanted it to be. Know how much you're paying in the end for the item you're buying. What is the out the door cost? How much are you financing? What other things have they snuck in the deal? Had they snuck gap insurance in the deal? Had they snuck wheel and tire in the deal? Because all of those separate policies are things that the dealership makes a kickback on, and they make money off of you. So where do we stand with this whole purchase? I was really frustrated with the game that they tried to pull, and that's what these dealerships do. Car dealerships, motorcycle dealerships, furniture dealerships, everybody. Their goal is to make more money. Their goal is not to get you the motorcycle that you want, not to get you the car you want, or that sofa that you want, or that watch that you want. Their goal is to make money. They're going to look for every opportunity to take advantage of you to be able to accomplish their goal, which is to make the money. Be careful, be aware, know what you're dealing with, and always ask to see the paperwork. Okay, so where we're at now, I'm a little frustrated, honestly. I don't like being done that way. It's unfair. I think it's borderline criminal that they do that. I do want to pick up a couple of new bikes for the garage, one for my wife and one for my daughter, so they can start learning to ride and go on rides as well. And then I want to pick up a more creature comfort bike for me, sport bike, something that has cruise control, heated grip, something that I would want to hop on and drive around for an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. So that's kind of where we stand right now. I will fill you guys in more as I actually decide which bike I'm going to buy. Maybe we'll make a couple more videos, go look at a couple other things. I'd love to know some recommendations from you guys. So if you have some recommendations, be sure to put them down in the comment section below. Let me know, what do you think about the Ninja ZX-10R? Should I look at something, Suzuki, maybe a Yamaha R1, although that doesn't seem like I'm trying to accomplish. I don't want a Busa. I don't want the ZX-14. I want that perfect mix of a sport bike, but also have some of the comforts as well. Hope you guys took something away from this video. Again, guys, do not get taken advantage of. Don't let them take advantage of how much you want something to overcharge you for it and charge you fees and higher interest rates when you don't have to do that. And a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, they're just trying to make money off your back. Always see the deal sheet from the finance company. So that's the main takeaway from this. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure and smash that subscribe button, press the thumbs up button and the bell next to it so that you're notified every time I upload new videos. Maybe we'll make more like this and uncover some of the secrets that I've learned in my almost 50 years of dealing with these banks and dealerships and finance companies. It's interesting, and again, they know how bad you want something and they take advantage of that. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. Like, subscribe, comment. See you in the next one.